request one of those, you can just hit that button. But if it's for something more general that we might have, that we have to like search for, you can do it anyway. You can call us, you can write it on a piece of paper, however you want to do it.
Right. Yeah. That's what. What's the number to the restrooms?
Let me see if I can get that for you.
All right.
Information for you to take a picture of.
Well, it's out in the open.
Yeah, but not necessarily for your records.
But I also have a right to be here.
But if when their call comes to us, 22, you can start more units. You just first amendment not over.
Like I'm talking to you until it started being, no, I'm not going to do my job. No, I'm not going to follow state law. Get up out of here. And it's
What happens when a simple request for public records turns into a full-blown standoff over rights, access, and the limits of power? In Sacramento, one auditor walks into a government building with a camera and walks out with a trespass notice. From locked doors to misused laws, this story isn't about breaking rules. It's about exposing who's breaking the law while hiding behind a badge.
Pretty good, thanks. I just want to see if there's anything I can help with.
yeah, I'm wondering how to get public records from this office.
You can submit a Public Records Act request, and I can give you our contact information on how to do that.
Okay. Do you guys have a form, or do I do it here? Or?
We don't really. I think there's some.
I've got a
You
card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some forms on our website, but yeah, we have the guidelines posted there. But you can email our office, you can call and request any specific forms that we may have.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, do you guys have a specific public records request form? Or if not, you guys can like maybe take it down, get a sheet of paper, and just do it on a blank piece of paper, right? Like
we
there's either
don't
way.
have
That's
a
what I'm
specific
trying to
form.
figure out.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we do have some buttons on our website if you're requesting because we receive local ordinances from cities and counties. If you just want to request one of those, you can just hit that button. But if it's for something more general that we might have that we have to like search for, you can do it anyway. You can call us, you can write it on a piece of paper, however you want to do it.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was going to have you guys do. I was going to have you guys just jot it down, and then
sure.
I can come pick it back up or whatever.
Okay. I'll just do it on my little notepad if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what are you looking for?
Let me get my paper here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are ones that I got from you guys. One second. I think I got my list somewhere here.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I think I left it in my car. Yep. I gotta go get it in my car.
Okay.
Damn it. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't remember it all.
Oh,
so.
okay. Is it something you can give us or like email to us?
Yeah, I mean, I could, but I'm here, right? So I'd rather just do it. I'd rather just do it here and have you guys take it down, and then I'll come back for it or whatever. Or have you guys email it to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to run out and run back in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just let us know.
Okay. Cool.
Right,
Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yep. Thank you. Let me get another shot here.
I'll see you when you get back.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, hanging out. How you doing?
What are you taking pictures for?
I just got something I'm doing. Something I'm working on. Yeah.
For the boards?
Who?
Or
Who are you?
I work here, yeah.
Okay.
You work here?
Well, I'm working. Yeah.
For who?
That's why I say, who are you? I don't even know who I'm speaking to. Why do I have to answer
My
to you?
name's Kara.
Okay,
I
that's
work
good.
We've had a lot of break-ins, so people walking around with cameras, it's like, well, can we help you with something?
Oh, I'm definitely didn't break in. I just came in the front door and up the
So
elevator.
did they.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they hid in the building.
Where at?
I have no idea, otherwise we would have caught them.
Interesting. Huh? What did they take?
Stuff in the offices.
Stuff. Okay. Awesome. Oh, cool. Thank you. Interesting. No, I'm good for now. Appreciate it. My phone came out. I thought we were come back in here. This office is kept so dark. Is this outgoing mail here? Is this an outgoing mailbox right here? Is this an outgoing mailbox?
Yes.
Oh. You guys just leave them out for everybody to...
No, pretty much touch it there.
Well, not touching it, but... That's an interesting concept. What's the number to the restrooms?
Let me see if I can get that for you.
All right. Okay, done in here for now. Keep my fingerprints off of this. There we go. 5982, they said.
Can I help you with something?
No, I'm good for now. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
What are you filming exactly?
Come again? I can barely hear you through the windows.
What are you filming exactly?
Oh, just everything and just everything. There's no exact thing, just all of it, everything in here.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, I got something that I'm working on.
What are you working on?
Who are you?
I'm an employee.
Okay, well, I'm an employee for myself. So,
Okay, I mean, I'm not sure why you're filming here.
yeah, I understand that. Like I said, I'm just working on something.
Okay.
This is a sign-in sheet right here. It's like left out for everybody to see. Doesn't seem
Is
like...
there something we can help you with?
No, not right now. Appreciate it. I'll let you guys know.
Okay. Is there a reason you're taking? Because that's not necessarily public information for you to take a picture of.
Well, it's out in the open.
Yeah, but not necessarily for your records.
Think maybe you guys should put it away? You want me to hand it in to you so you could keep it private?
Do you need a copy of the records or?
No, I don't need anything from you guys right now. Like I said, it's out here, so.
Okay.
Let's get the office.
Just so you know as well, I'd rather not be filmed.
Okay. Did you want to like go in the back until I'm gone, or?
No, like if you have film of me, please just you get rid of it or something.
If-
Because I don't consent to being randomly filmed. I
If-
don't know where that's gonna end up. You know what I mean?
If I have film of you, get rid of it. I'm not gonna do that. But
I'm pretty sure California requires consent for people when you're filming them, and I don't give it. So I really don't want you to be randomly filming.
Yeah, so you're actually like a little bit right and wrong about that. So like on the phones, if you're recording, you have to have consent, or like in a private area if you're having a private conversation. But it changes a little bit in like a setting like this. You know what I mean? So you're right and wrong a little bit about that. Yeah.
No, I understand that, but yeah, I'm not comfortable.
With the board?
Excuse me? Everybody's talking to me here at the same time. Say it one more
No,
time.
it's just like, do you need help? Did you have business with this?
Yeah, but I don't need anything right this moment. I'll let you guys know when I'm ready. I'm gonna take some more pictures and stuff, and then I'll let you guys know when I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. What's your guys' names, by the way?
I don't feel comfortable giving that information, especially because you're filming me.
Well, you guys work here, right?
Right? No, we.
Okay.
it's just-
And
I
so
don't
you
know if
work.
you're gonna use that.
Is this a state agency?
Yes.
Okay, so you work for the public, and you're a public employee, which means your name is public record, and that's why I'm asking your name.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what you're going to use that footage for, and I don't feel comfortable giving out more information if you're recording me.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just do a records request and ask for your name and salary and employee file and all that stuff.
Okay.
Or you could just give me your name, make it easy on me. Or I can get everything that you have in your employee file.
No, I'd really rather not.
Okay, what's your name, ma'am?
Do you have business?
Well, what was your name?
Do you have business?
Right now, my business is getting your name.
Just that's where I'm gonna show that you don't have anything to necessarily work out with the board, so there's no.
Well, that's not true. I told you guys that when I'm ready to do it, I'll let you guys know.
Do you feel comfortable identifying yourself?
I don't need to identify myself. I don't work for the public. You guys do. It's actually in your policy to identify yourself when you're dealing with people up here. And so that's why I'm asking.
Have a great day.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me do a public records request then. Oh, now you guys are refusing to help me?
Well, we've already asked you if we need help.
I just said now I'm going to do a public records request. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know why they are like just making it hard. Like it doesn't make any sense. It should be simple, easy, no problem. Like, this is my name, here you go, see you later. No big deal, but they are making it so difficult. I just don't get it. So who's going to take my request?
We don't do public records requests here. I imagine maybe at headquarters or somewhere higher up.
You guys have to do them here, actually, per the law.
I just work here. I can't tell you.
All right, well, how about grab your supervisor then?
My supervisor was just here.
Okay, I need to do a public records request. Under the state law, you guys are required to do that.
Okay.
So,
I feel like you're not here for any legitimate business, so
what
harassing my staff.
can you tell me what legitimate business is, or?
Do you have?
And I'm being told
one?
no.
Submit your public records.
I'm trying to. You guys need to take it, and you guys are refusing to do that. Go, yeah, write it down for me. Yeah.
I'm not writing it down.
Actually, the state law says that if I need help writing it, you guys have to do that. You literally don't have a choice. I think you're confused about the way this works.
So what do you-
You're not in charge, right? You do. This is a public service. You guys have to do this. It's literally not up to you to write it down or not write it down. These people are interesting. Well, public records requests can be given both written or verbal. And it's dumb because now I'm trying to get all your guys' employee files, and all you had to do was tell me who I'm like dealing with here. That's it. Shouldn't have been hard.
Do as much work as you feel you need to.
Oh, all right. No, I'll get it. I mean, it's just a matter of putting it in and coming and getting it in 10 days. It's not a big deal. Easy for me.
Same here.
Well, I know. You guys are obviously not like good at doing your jobs or being respectful to members of the public. Me having a camera doesn't change the way I'm interacting with you guys. You guys are kind of being abrasive for no reason. So who's going to take my public records request here?
Me, as soon as you write it down, sign and date it.
Oh, again, I'm going to give it to you verbally, and I don't need to sign or date it.
We
Yeah.
don't do anything verbally.
You guys have to. You're not understanding. It's a state law.
Okay, bring me.
Listen, if you guys don't do it, you're opening this department up to a lawsuit. I'm just telling you. Okay, you don't care. So the pub, we can sue, and it's all good. Doesn't affect you, right?
Sign and date it.
Okay, we'll see how long you have a job with that attitude. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. Write it down, sign it, and date it. I'm not doing any work. I don't have to. The hell? Who the fuck do you think you are? It's ridiculous.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I need to do a public records request.
Okay, you'll need to submit that in writing.
Right. Yeah, I can do it verbally.
No, we only accept it via writing.
Oh, you're wrong.
Okay.
The law says otherwise. So.
Okay, well, we're not going to accept it unless it's in writing.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad I got you on camera saying that.
Okay.
They're not going to accept it unless it's in writing. And I'm asking them to put it in writing. Let me be very clear. I'm asking for a reasonable accommodation, which is part of the law, and you guys are refusing.
Wait, let me put it up.
You might want to get your big bosses who maybe know what they're doing a little bit, because you guys are definitely, like right now, I can walk away and sue. And that's not my goal here. My goal is to get information and be treated with respect, unlike what's going on. So they're literally refusing to do my public records request. Who's the main supervisor here? Can I speak with them, please? Hello? Can I speak with the main supervisor, please?
What do you want?
I want to do a public... I've been very clear about this, and I'm being told no.
Public records request, submit it to us and we will take it.
I am trying to submit it verbally like the law says I can do, and you guys are opening this department up to a lawsuit by telling me no. I've literally been told no. Right now I can walk away and sue you guys. And you're dumb for that. Why open the public's money up to a lawsuit? This is so stupid.
Asked you a bunch of times, like, what it is.
How am I harassing you? I'm asking you for a public records request. You guys are obligated to do it. It's not my fault you don't know that. Look up the law, talk to your PIO, do something, and get off your butt and do the public records request.
Is this here?
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm asking to do a public records request.
what?
What's your name first?
I don't need to give you my name. What do you want?
You
public
do.
record
You do.
request?
You work for the public.
No, I don't.
Your name. Yeah, you do. Your name is public record.
Okay, you can leave right now. We're going to call the California Highway Patrol.
You can call whoever you want. I'm trying to do a public records request, and I'm being told no. So this is how ignorant that these state workers are. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. You have to open it sometime. I got more time than you. What's that?
You're gonna have to take off.
Why is that?
Why? Because they're asking you to leave entire property.
It's public.
They're closed now.
No, they're closed at 5.
No, they're asking you to leave now.
I understand, but it's what you're not
Go
understanding.
ahead, go for it. Did you refuse to leave?
I'm speaking with you.
And I asked you to leave. You said no.
Though this is public, I have a right to be here. There's other offices that are open.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a public records request and information, which they're refusing.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want, call a supervisor, but I know that I have a right to be here. Trespassing, you can't use it to violate my constitutional rights.
I have no problem with you recording. I don't care.
Okay,
No problem with that.
but I also have a right to be here.
But if when their call comes to us,
Uh-huh.
22, you can start more units. You just First Amendment not order. When you want to do something, and if what they're telling you is they're not going to honor right now, I understand that. But right now their doors are locked.
Their doors are locked, but the other offices are not.
That's great.
So I can
Right
still
now-
do business with them.
What business do you have right now?
Public records. With all these offices.
Okay.
I'm just trying to deal with them. I was hoping you guys would come and say, hey, he can be here. He has a right to be here. You guys have to take his public records request.
Okay.
And then it would be
You
done.
can take that up with him in a later time. Okay. Okay.
So,
he wants a public record request through
from these public agencies, it's real simple.
Okay.
It's a law that they have to abide by.
Okay.
So, and when there's public offices, whether this property is privately owned or not, you open yourself up to the public being here for the public services that are here.
Okay.
So, and if you look up trespassing, if that's the route you want to go, you the only ones that you can try to apply are like M and O or L and M and O, something like that.
Okay.
All of them say that these cannot be used to violate somebody's constitutional rights. I'm a journalist gathering content for a news story, literally trying to get public records
Okay.
for my story, and I'm being refused.
Okay.
So if you would call your supervisor, I'll gladly go outside and have a conversation with you. But you're trying to tell me to leave,
Okay.
and I have a right to be here.
Then here's the deal. If you want to get a public record request from somebody else, then by all means go do that. If they're not going to give it to you right now, I understand your plight, your issue with that. Go get it somewhere else. But to sit here and bang on the door or whatever you're doing.
Oh, there's nobody banging on
I'm
the
not
door.
saying you are. I'm just
Okay.
that's the call that I
Yeah,
get, right?
I knocked
So,
and
yeah,
asked
I
for a
get
public
you.
record. I didn't pound. I got it all on camera.
I'm not saying you, right? I'll like you just go off of what I get, right? I get one person's point of view. I understand you want to record. I'm not here to violate your rights at any form of doing that, right? But at the same time, if they're not going to give you the record request right now, I get that. Maybe come back and speak to their supervisor when they're or whoever's working is a little more willing to.
But I need to document this.
And
So
you
if
have-
they're
and
if
you
they're
hold on, you document it. I'll give you time. You document now. They don't want to work with you right now, and I get that.
Okay.
So either a couple things, right? Go somewhere else and get a records request from somebody else, and then come back and speak to them on a different day when maybe someone there's a little bit more willing to want to work with it. Totally get that. That's a complaint that you have a right to make if they don't want to honor that request. I get that, right? My point being though is then if you're just going to stand here and record a blank building in a blank hallway,
It's still my First Amendment right.
Listen to me. Just
Yeah.
I'm not here. I know you want.
I'm not trying to argue with
I
you,
get
but
you.
what you're saying is wrong. You're basically trying to say if you want to just stand here and record this, you can't do
No,
that.
here's
That's
the
not
problem.
true.
You're not. You don't let me finish, right? I know you want.
It's long. Like, what are we doing?
I know you want to get your clicks, and I know you want to get.
That's not what. It's
Listen,
not what it
listen,
is at
I'm
all.
not here to violate your rights. If you want-
That's BS.
Stop, dude.
It's
Stop.
BS. Just
Stop talking.
be truthful
I
when you
need
talk.
you to stop talking.
I don't have to stop talking, sir.
If you
I can
want-
speak
Yeah,
all I
that's
want.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
But here's the deal: if you just want to stand here, then stand here. I don't care.
Okay.
But once closing time is closing.
Yeah. 5 o'clock. I'll
then
be out of the
you gotta
building.
get out.
Yep.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
very. I
That's
totally
all I'm
agree
trying
with
to say.
that.
But when I'm trying to
But that's
speak,
not what you said.
let me finish speaking. Okay. Before I knew what you were doing, fine. When the calls that came to us,
Now it's all different.
I'm good for it. It's fine. Right. But once I know what you're doing, right? The call came to us that you were 5150 banging on windows and all that, right? So, so that's all I had to work with, right? You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's all I had to work with.
All
So
right.
If you're just here, and I get that, you have a right to be here. I don't care. No
Okay,
issues there.
cool.
Okay.
Then I'll be here until they close so that I can
That's-
document that they closed an hour early. They're refusing to open the doors, which we pay to keep these open, and it'll be part of my story.
And that's fine. I got no issue with that.
Simple.
Okay. I can't ask them to leave. You guys are open. Or if your building's open until 5.
The building locks down at 5, yes.
Yeah. So he has
Yeah.
the right to be here.
I'll be here till
It's a public
5.
Building. He can record as much as he wants. I mean, that's everyone's right to do so. Right. So there's nothing we can do with that. I can see they'll let me in so I can talk to them. But ultimately, as long as the building's open until 5 and the business is open until 5, he is.
So
you
this
can't tell
this
them to leave.
drastically
Like,
changed
It is what it is.
from like, hey, you gotta go, and I'm calling more units,
There was
right?
someone in the building. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's all I heard.
We just got a blanket call, right? So they have buttons and they press the CHP distress button. So that's all we get, right? So we get an alarm button. So we have to come here for that. That's all. But I mean, he has the right to record. I mean, that's his.
But can I'm just like, I don't even like know what the recording's for. I'm just confused.
So
I'm doing a story.
Yeah. So if he wants to do his own news story, honestly, even if he didn't have a news story, if he just wants to record, he can record. I mean, it's his right to do so. So if he says he's a journalist, cool. I don't care. I can't ask him for credentials. I honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
A story about what?
Whatever he wants to. He doesn't have to answer that question. Yeah. It's just whatever he wants.
Well, it's about this, at this point, I'll tell you, it's about this state agency right now refusing to give me their names, refusing to help me with public records requests, locking the doors an hour early when the tax dollars pay for these doors to be open. And so this is an issue for the public, and so I'm going to disseminate this information to the public. And so that's now what the story is about. That was not what the story is about when I got here. I actually had a tip, some other information about somebody here. But now the story's changed. So.
Yeah. So as I said, as long as he's here, all I ask is that when they leave after 5, and I'm just asking you to do it, if you can just be cordial and not bother them, because that's what their concern is. Obviously, is like when they close at 5, is that you're gonna fall in their cars. You're gonna, and I get you have a right to record, and I respect that.
I heard what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just don't
I'm
mess.
always cordial.
I'm not saying you're
and
not.
I don't try to mess with anybody. It would be easier if they would just do their job and say, okay, we understand you have a right to do a public records request.
Yeah.
Their issue was I asked them to write it, which in the state law it says that it can be given written or verbal. So I said, hey, I have a
request, or they wanted you. I'm sorry.
I wanted them to write it for me, and they said, no, you write it, I ain't writing it for you.
Okay.
And that was their issue. And then they came out and were like, you got to go. I walked down here, and then they locked the door on me,
I got you.
giggling and stuff. So
Okay.
it would be faster if they would take the public records request. I could be the hell on my way.
Yeah.
I just need to get my
All
information.
right. Well, like I said, I'll talk
So.
to them and see if they would. I don't know.
And what was your name and badge number, by the way?
Franchini, 21088.
Cool.
So I'll talk to them, see if I can just have them. Do they already know what you want?
They don't, because they
Okay.
wouldn't even listen to it.
Okay.
I would appreciate, though, if you come on calls like this, instead of telling people they have to go and start more units and you're not going to get your supervisor, you knew I could be here. You knew it from the moment. Even if I was knocking on doors or anything like that, you can't just take that unless you witness me pounding on a door. You can't take that information. So you kind of tried to bully me out of here until you got told no and realized I wasn't going to do it, and
Okay,
you
then that's
switched
your
it up.
interpretation. That's fine. That's
It's my
That's
interpretation
fine.
for sure.
We're entitled to different interpretations, right?
Yep.
Officer Franchini, can you open the door for me? Hello, you on your phone? Okay.
Yeah, they are. They're hard to deal with there, but hi.
Shiny
Well,
button.
that's city police. What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Wanger, badge number is 3067.
What's the horseshoe on the bottom?
This?
I see the chevron all the time, but yeah, what's the horseshoe?
So that's for sergeant.
I thought just the chevron
Are
was.
you able to open the door so I can talk to somebody?
Interesting.
Come down here if you want. I'm not opening that door. That goes right into our office where we have employees.
Okay.
Oh my God, these people are something else.
I'm the manager for the building, and then
I have no idea. I just like it's scratched out of the
I walked in a little confused too.
Well, it's hard when you hear one side and they, I won't call them liars, but they stretch the truth just a touch, right? And then you come thinking, hey, some guy's in our building acting like an asshole, right? And it's not that. I've been talking to them just like I'm talking to you until it started being, no, I'm not going to do my job. No, I'm not going to follow state law. Get up out of here. And it's like, okay, well, hold on. No, I don't have to leave, right? And then now I'm having those conversations that are uncomfortable, right? Then they want me to leave, so what do? I knock. Can I get a public records request, please? Oh, he's pounding on the door, right? This is what happens, so.
So, I'm sorry, what was your name?
I don't have one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just coming here to assist. I don't really know what's happening. Why are you here? What is this building?
Well, these are state offices, all these buildings, and I'm trying to get, like I said, public records request, so.
Okay.
And it's being refused for whatever reason, because they didn't want to write it is the reason, so. And that's why we're here, wasting time and money.
So did you tell them that you weren't going to give them your name either?
What was that?
Did you tell them you weren't going to give them your name either? Is that why they?
I don't remember if they even asked my name. I probably did, though. If they asked it, I probably said, I don't want to give my name. You don't need to give your name for a public records request. It can be anonymous, right? So if I give my name, I give anything else like that, then it's easy for them to go research it and find out what I'm actually looking into, which is an individual here, a little bit of the offices as well, but more so an individual or two. So. Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous. Was it the same? Are you the same property manager for all these buildings, or are they different, or
No, this is just my building.
just this one?
Yeah, no, not.
Same company,
No.
just different person, or
Like in this.
just this
office.
general area? Yeah.
No, that's a different property manager, they're all different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So you can tell that this officer, the highway patrol, not who do you work for, by the way? What?
City of Sacramento.
Oh, it's the city of Sac. Okay. You could tell that the highway patrol officer, not this officer because he hasn't spoken much with me, but you can tell that he was definitely allowing his personal feelings about what he thinks I'm doing guide him in the way he was doing his job. Until he realized I actually knew what I was talking about, and then he kind of switched it up and he said, whatever, I have my opinion, it might not be true, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, that's what I think, and they're not supposed to use their personal viewpoints and allow that to dictate the way that they're conducting business while on duty working for the people. So that's an issue, right? Because it turned from get out of the building or I'm going to call more units. Basically, I mean, he did call more units. And, you know, we'll go from there. You can't do that as an officer simply. And he turns out he knew every bit. He can be here. There's nothing I can do. He knew every bit of it. But yet he still tried to, in the beginning, bully me out of the building, which wasn't cool. And I can't respect that. So. And this gentleman here works for these people. Excuse me, Scott. What was your last name? And are you so you guys are a different office, but do you guys govern them as well or no?
A badge doesn't grant you truth, and a locked door doesn't erase the law. When public servants forget who they serve, it's up to ordinary people to hold the line, refusing to write a records request, twisting trespass laws, doxing private info. These aren't just mistakes, they're warnings. The First Amendment isn't a loophole. It's the foundation. In a world where "can I see your ID?" is a common question, always know how to respond. Refusing isn't a crime, it's a right. Stay informed, stay prepared, and never back down.